I don't know about you guys, but I feel like that was a great episode of Monday Night Raw. You guys know I'm a sucker for triple threat matches. And in this episode, we got 2 of these and they were bangers. I'm just gonna have to say it, man. Someone came. And that was Veer Mahan, which made this episode even better. Sure, I get it. We just got the draft and nothing really changed. No new stage, no new logo, no new graphics, nothing at all. That is a major problem in my opinion, I feel like WWE should, fresh things up. But in general, I absolutely love this episode of Monday Night Raw. The entire show focused on a World Heavyweight Championship tournament that is actually going to determine the new World Heavyweight Champion. Like, that actually matters. I like that. Also, that Brock Lesnar sexy time. My man was like,
"Look at my face! Look at my face, baby! Look at my face!"
Now we know why he attacked Cody. He has a crush on him.
Look at his face!
Like, if we ignore the fact that we don't know the reason why Brock Lesnar is attacking Cody all the time, I think that segment was great. I just wish we knew why it's happening. Like, I don't know how the wrestling community feels about this episode. I haven't even checked because I don't want anyone to influence my opinion, but for the first time in quite a few weeks actually, I enjoyed an episode of Raw, like truly enjoyed an episode of Raw. How many times do I have to see this? So let's talk about Monday Night Raw. The show kicked off with Cody Rhodes. What do you want to talk about? He appreciates the reception he received. Jacksonville was his home during the pandemic and he made a lot of good memories right here. He brags about his win against Brock Lesnar, then says now that Lesnar is in the rear view mirror, it's clear what's next for him: World Heavyweight Championship. No, we all literally disagree with that. The crowd chanted because they liked you, but everybody knows this ain't your title, Cody. Then he showed all the competitors, and look, man, all I'm gonna say is, you probably see it, right? On SmackDown, we're getting AJ versus Edge versus Rey Mysterio. Can't get any better than this. And he's going to become the World Heavyweight Champion. Then we see Seth Rollins, and they're looking at each other as if there's any possibility they're going to meet in the finals, which is like literally not possible. So we got Seth Rollins versus Damian Priest versus Shinsuke Nakamura. That's what I'm talking about, man. These triple threat matches were great, just pay-per-view level matches. And triple threat matches in general have a special place in my heart. Like, even in video games, I absolutely love these, just non-stop action right here. And what about that finish? Frog splash, pedigree to Shinsuke Nakamura, and Seth Rollins advances. And we all know he's probably the most likely winner of the whole thing. Not gonna complain, especially right now since he's that over in the WWE. I think that's literally the perfect choice. We saw a very funny segment between Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and the Imperium. They want to talk with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and they were like, "We're actually talking, we're busy right here." So they tried to talk, but the Imperium kept interfering. Obviously, Kevin Owens was hilarious right here as always. He was like, "It's really hard to focus with his finger right here." Kevin Owens says, "What's happening with all these goons, man? Like the Usos, you two." Sami Zayn says, "Well, there is a big difference. We dealt with the Usos for months and we're gonna deal with you in one night." So we have a match being set up. Like, I do appreciate that the Imperium right now with this one episode feel less like just a couple of losers who are, here for Gunther. I like that. They should be like a legit threat. We saw Mustafa Ali versus Otis. Mustafa Ali was a free agent right here, not even sure why. Like, what's the point? Whatever the case may be, the match was actually pretty short. Manager miscommunication caused Otis a loss. Mustafa Ali takes the W, which is kinda shocking because I feel like the only reason he's a free agent is because he could job 2 nights a week. I lose on Raw, I lose on SmackDown. I'm a bit of a workhorse. WWE tried to explain why The Miz is in this match. I kinda complained about it because I feel like The Miz, with so many losses lately, there's no way to justify him being in this match. You could say, well, he had an amazing match with Seth Rollins a couple of weeks ago, and I agree, that was great, reminding me how great The Miz can be when he wants to, but at the same time, he lost, so in kayfabe, there's no way to justify it. So then we got The Miz versus Finn Balor versus Cody Rhodes. Another banger, man. Like, I'm already excited about it being a triple threat, and it absolutely delivered, and it has a meaning, like they're fighting for something. And come on, a double cutter? Dude, look, I can't win. If I'm gonna be negative, someone is going to complain. If I'm gonna be positive, someone is going to complain. I'm just saying how I feel, man. I like this episode for whatever reason. I felt like it was pretty good. So this was a really good match. Everyone got a moment to shine, and Cody was about to win this match, but unfortunately or fortunately, we got Brock Lesnar. Finn Balor takes the W right here. F5 through the announce table. Man, I like Brock Lesnar without Paul Heyman, man. I used to say this, like, I want to see Brock Lesnar without Paul because I want this to feel a bit more personal. Like with Roman talks, right? Brock Lesnar never talks. I was like, his rivalries, they don't feel personal to me, and it works. Who knew Brock Lesnar can cut? I know sometimes it sounds weird, but he can actually cut a very powerful promo like this.
What do you want to talk about, Cody?
Me!
Look at his face! Look at his face, Cody. Look at his face, Cody.
And Brock Lesnar said he wants to fight.
He wants to fight!
Brock Lesnar wants to fight Cody at Clash of Champions. And of course, later on the show, Cody accepts. Pretty interesting. Can't wait for the match. I think there's some potential. But now it's kinda weird how WWE are getting out of this one. Obviously, we're gonna get some kind of a effed up finish, probably. Brock could win, but should he? I don't know. It's interesting how this is going to develop. Still, we don't know the reason why they're fighting. Cody claims that it's because, Brock Lesnar is not in the main event. He's kind of jealous. I don't know. They could probably do something weird right here. Brock Lesnar just beating the shit out of Cody because he wants to prepare him for Roman. That would be kind of interesting, but I'm probably just going too far right here, right? We saw Rhea Ripley versus Dana Brooke! Before the show, Triple H said that he wants people to talk about the show, like something special is going to happen, expect a return or two. And oh boy, he absolutely delivered! He gave Dana Brooke a chance! Unfortunately, didn't work that well. She lost very quickly after the match. Rhea Ripley attacked Dana Brooke, but people! You're not excited before, like, I told you this show was good. I didn't tell you it was perfect. I did not tell you it was perfect. So you're like, okay, Rhea Ripley, what's the next opponent? Like, what's the next opponent for Rhea Ripley? It's probably going to be a great title reign, right? Like, who's next? Who's a legitimate threat? Natalya, people. It's Natalya. Oh boy, I'm so excited. Crazy levels of excitement right here. Natalya is going to face Rhea Ripley, people. Oh my god. Zoe Stark is ready to make her debut. She bullies Nikki Cross. We got the match. The crowd was absolutely dead. You could hear someone farting. That's really unfortunate, but of course Zoe Stark won the match. I don't know if she's gonna get over. We'll see. I mean, it kind of makes sense. It was a debut. Some people probably don't even know who she is. Like, I'm a content creator and I barely saw anything, from Zoe. So, we'll see. We got Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus the Imperium. Finally something different. Finally, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn not focusing on the bloodline. They turned this great storyline into something that we don't want to see anymore. So this was a really fun match as expected. Like I've said, I'm happy the Imperium are being treated like, kind of a threat. That was really missing on SmackDown. Now, of course, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens won, but dude, I love that finish. So it's really interesting what's gonna happen with the tag team championships. Like at this point, just split them up. I feel like that would be ideal. During the show, these two had a petition. They won the, Women's Tag Team Championship rematch. Some people signed it because they lied. Some people didn't. The champions did. But they laughed because they're not gonna face them. They're gonna fight Damage Control. Yeah, the Women's Tag Team division, man. I don't know. It's not horrible. It's just so not interesting. We got the Judgment Day interview. Xavier Woods and Akira Tozawa are laughing in the background. And the Judgment Day get offended. So we got this pretty basic setup. We see Trish Stratus, and she claimed that Becky Lynch will not be here, and she called her baby stupid. This whole segment, like I said, was about the fact that Becky Lynch will no longer be in the WWE. I don't necessarily understand this, by the way. What happened? She didn't get injured? Did I miss something during the storyline? I will say though, Trish is great. I've seen a lot of criticism, on Twitter, I believe. I don't get it. I think it's okay. Maybe some piped in crowd noise, I get it. That's kind of a problem. I hate that shit. but in general, I think she's doing a great job. So she pranked the crowd by playing Becky's music, she laughed at the crowd, called them idiots, but then the music plays again and Trish is like, come on guys, stop, I already made the joke. But we see Becky Lynch and Becky beats the shit out of Trish Stratus. So, Night of Champions or SummerSlam? They can't possibly build this for 3 or 2 more months without a match, right? We got Xavier Woods versus Dominic Mysterio. This was a pretty fun match, you know, something new since they were on different brands. And look, I know this episode had a lot of filler. Like, this means nothing. This means jack shit. I get it. I just really like the main focus of the show. You know, matches that actually matter, banger matches, and a very important match in the main event with the right result. So of course Dominic Mysterio picks up the W right here. I'm just gonna say this, man, we haven't seen the New Day in a while now, like the full group, but we've seen so much of them, like it's been the same stuff over and over again, and they're probably gonna end up being one of the best, if not the best, you know, tag teams, whatever, of all time. Definitely in the top 5, I guess. But once they all come back, I want a split, man. I want someone to turn heel. Something needs to happen. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't miss it.
Man, I'm so ready for this. They all gonna come.
Man, I'm feeling way too optimistic about this. I feel like Jinder Mahal is not gonna be a jobber. Something's different about this, man, hopefully. Miz still wants to team up with Shinsuke Nakamura. Miz-K Nakamura, that is literally the worst thing I've ever heard. Shinsuke says, you're right. Shinsuke Nakamura versus The Miz. Mano a mano. That's the opposite. Are they gonna end up teaming up? Why do I not hate it? And finally, in the main event, we got the final match to determine who's going to Night of Champions. Finn Balor versus Seth freaking Rollins. So as you can imagine, an absolute banger right here. And you know, a very meaningful, important match. Also some nostalgia right here, because these two faced in the first ever Universal Championship match. So I absolutely liked it. But this time, the result was a different, because Seth Rollins was the one who picked up the W, and him looking at that championship, man, I love to see it. This title is going to look great on Seth Rollins. So that was your Monday Night Raw. Good show. Good show. I liked it. I don't know about you guys. And man, AJ, Ray, and Edge triple threat on SmackDown. Are you kidding me? Come on. Let's go, WWE. Love it. So like I've said, absolutely love the show. Now, unfortunately, you know, I do hate the fact that they claim it's the new era, but sometimes we need to see that visually as well. Like, I want to see new graphics. I want to see new logos. Whatever it may be, man. New theme song. I feel like they should have done that ever since Triple H took over. I know it's silly, it's not something that like really matters, but sometimes we need that shit, right? Thank you for watching The Great One. Peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.